Okay, so one thing that's becoming super evident to me and apparent is that a lot of people are lacking in emotional fulfillment because they have their boundaries up so high. And I am also guilty of this. Like, oh, I don't want to, I tend to cut people off at the first sight of something being wrong instead of waiting around to see if it was a mistake or a pattern. And in doing so, we cut off our connections to others. And then it's like, yeah, okay, we're sitting there with our standards and our boundaries up, but we're at the expense of emotional fulfillment. I think that we pride ourselves on these things. Like, my standards are so high, and I'm not saying don't have high standards, but what I am saying is allow people the time and space to make mistakes, because if you're lacking in emotional fulfillment in your world, then everything's kind of dreary, and you're just like looking for the next thing that needs to be done, or how can you gain more money or whatever it is, and the love starts to dwindle away, that unconditional love and respect we have for one another. You start looking at everyone as though they were your enemy, and then you fall deeper and deeper into separation and division, and that's because you're in a wounded energy because of the people of your past. But when you're not the same you as you were previously, then you're not going to attract the same people that you previously had. So allow people to grow with you and take time with you to see. When you don't see, then you close yourself off to some of the lessons that you're meant to learn and some of the things in relationships that are going to be important for your journey ahead. So I think it's time that we rethink this and start really kind of operating from a more unified place where we give each other chances, we listen to each other, we try to understand each other and respect each other. And in doing that, we can really come into this more unified consciousness where we're working in tandem with one another instead of against one another, trying to overpower each other, because it creates this dynamic that it's unhealthy, it's toxic, and it's who's going to be the last one standing, and where is the power going to go? Who's going to be the last one to have that say? Because everyone wants it, because they're attached to being right, to being powerful. True power comes from love, being able to work as a team, being supportive of others, because it gives you a wealth that's internal that can't be found externally. And it creates this joy and emotional fulfillment that I think we're all seeking.